After reporter tosses over a ridiculous question, Pompeo punts it out of Singapore by US4Trump.com. Kim Jong-un, dictator of North Korea, uttered these historic words. "The world will see a major change," Kim said. "I would like to express my gratitude to President Trump to make this meeting happen," a Breitbart reporter quotes. Meanwhile, all a CBS reporter can think to ask is if President Trump is going to pull out of South Korea, essentially suggesting that America would leave SOKO exposed and vulnerable to North Korea. The question is so ridiculous that Secretary of State Mike Pompeo had to set Major Garrett straight. Pompeo calls out Garrett of CBS and tells him exactly how silly his question is and that he needs to stop making up his own narrative. Garrett asks if America is going to pull out of South Korea, then Pompeo responds, "I'm not going to get into any of the details of the discussions we've had today." How about that? America isn't putting their hand on the table and announcing to allies and enemies alike what we are going to do. Pompeo tells the reporter how do you do his job so that Pompeo can do his own job without the media undermining the negotiations every step of the way. Then Pompeo tells Garrett how to do his job for America. He rails, "You shouldn't assume from the fact that I don't give any details here today that some questions you posted as has any merit." Pompeo continues, "If you hypothesize something that's in it, and I refuse to tell you what it is, you should assume simply that I am refusing to tell you what's in it, and not drawing any negative inference that I think you're suggesting." Then Pompeo tells him there's a lot of work to do, there's a lot of detail that needs to be provided. We are not going to do negotiations in the open with the media. We are going to conduct them between the two parties so that we have an opportunity to have a real success. It appears our Secretary of State in the Trump administration has world peace on a winning track. Let's take a listen. I mean, really, this is what they do. If it was Obama, you know how they treat him with kid gloves and praise him if he just does one little tiny thing, if he ever did, just destroy the country, that's all.
Major Garrett, CBS.
Following up on that point, Mr. Secretary, under the umbrella of security assurances, would that include removing U.S. forces now in South Korea? Is that something you're prepared to discuss with the North Koreans directly?
I'm not going to get into any of the details of the discussions that we've had to date. I can only say this. We're prepared to take what will be security assurances that are different, unique, than have been provided, that America has been willing to provide previously. We think this is both necessary and appropriate.
Would it be erroneous to assume that that's not on the table?
You shouldn't assume from the fact that I don't give any detail here today that some question you posited has any merit.
But you know the sensitivity of
Yeah,
that.
you should just, if you hypothesize something that's in it and I refuse to tell you what's in it, you should assume that I'm simply refusing to tell you what's in it and not drawing any conclusions from the negative inference that I think you're suggesting. You should know there's going to be a lot of work left to do. There's a lot of detail that's got to be provided. We are not going to conduct these negotiations in the open with the media. We're going to conduct them between the two parties so that we have an opportunity to have a real success here.
Michael Pompeo, Wall Street Journal.
Secretary, Mr. Secretary, it's
Well, so much for that. You know, look, the media does nothing but, make up stories themselves, and they want answers like yesterday. Why didn't they do this to Obama? You know what I'm saying? They didn't do this to Obama the way they praise Obama. So you know he was a disaster for this country when you see the media praising them. Yeah, and nothing but negativity and negative questions all the time from the media. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.